Alright, continuing on with the Photoshop how-tos and the tools. Let's look up at our alignment tools. So, alignment is done with the Move tool. So we've got that selected. I'm going to take Auto Select off because it makes this a little bit easier. But you'll see all these alignment options, which are these sort of pictorial representations of what each alignment does, is up here, but they're grayed out because we don't have any objects selected. So let's look at a couple of different objects. So let's start off. Now, you're going to notice over here in the Layers palette that I've got all of these folders. These are called groups. We looked at this a little bit, but just so you know what you're looking at. If I shift select, so if I click one and then I hit the shift key down on another, I can click this button here, this little folder down at the bottom, and it will group them together. You see it's that, and I can rename that group whatever I want to do. And if I've got auto select off, it means that I can move those objects around. So let's turn those on really quick so you can see that. So if I grab the group, I can actually move them all together as a group. And then if I don't like that group anymore, I can ungroup layers, and then it gets rid of it. All right, just so you know what you're looking at. So let's look at the alignment tools. So we've got these three selected, these rectangles. Let's say that we wanted to line them up at the top so that each one of these is aligned together at the top. Well, we've got a really great little tool. It shows us right there. The line is right there, and there it puts them together. Now, it looks like they're fairly evenly spaced, but let's say that they weren't. Let's take this one and move it over here. Let's say that we want to put it in the center. Okay, what we do is, again, shift click, shift, boom. And then these tools are about spacing them out. This spaces them vertically, this spaces them, this spaces them vertically, and this spaces them horizontally. So let's say I want to put them in the centers. Let's say I'm going to use the center of the object. So you see it puts it there. If I want to change that, let's say that I want to spread them out a little bit. So I'm going to move this one over here. Okay, and now I want to space it evenly. Well, I just select them again, shift, and whichever's first and whichever's last, it's going to, so you say I had 5 of them. So if I move them along, you do the same thing. So I'm going to be in those centers, and it puts it right back in the center. So let's look at some other objects we can do this with. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. So let's look at some text elements. So let's say that we wanted to line all of these objects to the left, and we wanted to have them evenly spaced across. So I'm going to come up here to the text, open this group, and then I'm going to select all of them. Shift. Again, it's going to be right here. So you see, line that up, so that lines on the left, but now they're not spaced evenly, so let's do that. We're going to do that from the centers, and you'll see that they're evenly spaced. And now, if I want to move this around, I can move them all together by selecting the group that they're in. Now, what if they're not the same size? So I've got 3 different elements here. I've got a text, I've got a circle, which is an ellipse tool use, and then I've got a rectangle, and this one we've done into a square. So let's say that I want to line them up to the left. Do the same thing we did before. Line them to the right. You'll notice they're overlapping each other, and the layer order matters in this. And let's say that I wanted to try to evenly space them along. Okay? So it overlaps because they're different shapes and sizes. It goes from the center of the object. So there's another great way that this allows us. So let's say that we wanted to put this all in the center and make one icon out of this. I could do that by, let's line them up. So we're going to line them up center, so all the centers are aligned, and then I'm going to line them up center also vertical. And now it's on top, and I've got this nice little icon that I want to use. Alright, those are the alignment tools. Play around with the different options, see what it does.